in down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. They go play action here on first down. And incomplete to open things up. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On third down, Boyle. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like this. Strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go, come on. Hey, flex. 319.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Detroit! Switch.
They start on the ground with Geis, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
You got 4.
Geis with a carry on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Motion.
To throw on third down. Boyle. And this is going to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? #1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. #2 goal is win your division. #3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Hey, flex.
The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Finding room to the 20. Touchdown, Packers! Ty Montgomery with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, so, you know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. Pushes him over. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Shreds the tackle and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
On 1st down, this is Geis. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
on the handoff. It's Geis. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. Geis. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Detroit! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, Boyle. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Jake Ryan in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And that's going to bring up a third down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
Back to throw. Boyle. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Rodgers going to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Rodgers handing to Montgomery. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, where y'all going?
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And left side here, it's Graham. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello? Not trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Swearinger. And to the 40-yard line. That's where the return stops. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Go. Hot.
The first throw for the backup Osweiler. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nick Perry in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Detroit!
Following the penalty, it's Geis. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The Redskins on 3rd down.
Right,
They've only
at
converted
56.
once in
Look
4
at 56.
tries. This will be 3rd and 15.
Check. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Hot.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Trying to improvise. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 4 on the play. And just like that, it's third down.
Hey, 88. Hey, 626. Got over. Hey, 626.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They're going to line up to go for this on fourth down. Rodgers stays on the field. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Now Osweiler on first down. They'll check it down to Geis. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56.
On first and 10, it's Osweiler. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jake Ryan in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. They'll run with Geis. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Redskins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, 4 down.
Now Osweiler. This one caught by Crowder. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hat. 56 to Mike, boy, 56. Check. Gone.
and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So now on 4th down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Around the NFL, they're in the second in Philly. And it's the Cowboys that have moved down to an early advantage. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
319.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. He's got a man, complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. He got 29 yards that time. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Back to north. Gun. Gun. Zoom. Here we go. 58.
To throw on 2nd down. Rodgers. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Here we go now. 319.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Last stop. Last stop. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Set. 319. 319. Hot. Hot.
Here's Osweiler. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Rodgers looking to throw on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Graham. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. He's going to let this one go deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smiles.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They go play action now. Osweiler. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left.
Now he'll turn and throw deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Give him 30 yards there. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Here's Geis, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and this is going to be Packer football. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Detroit!
Following the fumble recovery, it's Osweiler. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Hot.
Osweiler. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will tie things up at 6-6. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Now it's Patterson. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 26.
319.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Back now at FedEx Field. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on.
Watch 13's cross, check 13.
319. Run. You're right. That's fine, yeah. Also over here.
Rodgers now to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, it's complete.
Go.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So that'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
Hey, 50. Zoom.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Detroit! Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Check.
Over.
Now a run with Geis. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Detroit!
Now Osweiler. Jordan Reed has it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards through the air on a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
This is Geis. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On the ground, it's Geis. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Osweiler. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down. So on comes the kicker, Dustin Hopkins, in a big spot. This to break our fourth quarter tie. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. That close to taking a fourth quarter lead, but the goalposts, they had other plans.
I thought it was on target. It looked good off his foot, but then doink off the metal and out. And those are the kind of breaks that can definitely swing a ball game.
Box it.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going, and also you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in a mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Rodgers going to give this one to Montgomery, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Rodgers to Montgomery on the draw. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now Rodgers. Throw left side complete. It's Graham. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a big spot now for Crosby, but he's been here before. This for the lead in the final stages. And Crosby puts it through, and with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 3rd. Yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit. Gone.
They'll look to throw. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Clock running as the Redskins try to hurry up.
All right, now, lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22. First down now, but that clock rolling.
No. Check. Patriots.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Back to throw. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. And this one is right through. And that will tie the score now at 9 apiece. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Now it's Patterson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it second down. And this is the 10th carry for Ty Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Here's Rodgers to throw. And Adams has it, complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. 58.
Rodgers hands to Montgomery. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Zoom. Jump out. Zoom. Over. Yeah, live. Look at that.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And left side here, it's Graham. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers finding his tight end, Graham. Packer first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They pitch it out to Montgomery. 20. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 38 yards on the scamper there.
We can talk about bend but don't break all we want, but the defense now, we're going to find out just how flexible and pliable they really are. Can they bounce back after that type of a run, that type of momentum against them, and find a way to slow down this offense?
We are going. Zoom. Hey, check 26.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Green Bay, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for